What is up guys, it's your boy Soul. I'm here, back with another Classic WoW video for the fresh Classic WoW servers. Now today we're talking about the announcement of Phase 2. We finally have a release date for Phase 2. I say finally, but we literally just entered Phase 1, and with that we have the confirmation of what's coming in Phase 2, when it's coming, and a little bit of a surprise. And then we have some estimations for future release dates for Phase 3, Phase 6, and maybe even TBC that I kinda wanna take a look at and talk about as well. So let's get right into it with a blue post from Blizzard here, and we're going to go down here. It's a Wowhead post featuring a blue post. WoW Classic 20th Anniversary Edition Phase 2 arrives on January 9th. This includes the Honor System, Dire Maul, and World Bosses. Now here's the blue post. Ring in the new year with the updated Honor System, the opening of iconic battlegrounds, Warzone Gulch and Alterac Valley, and the release of Dire Maul and the World Bosses Ashurigos and Classic. Here is the release timetable. On the 9th of January, Phase 2, including the updated Honor System, Dire Maul and World Bosses Ashurigos and Classic, are being released. Then, 1 week later on the 16th, Warzone Gulch and Alterac Valley battlegrounds are now open. Phase 2 of the Anniversary Edition introduces the updated Honor System currently in use on both WoW Classic Era realms and in Season of Discovery. At the launch of the phase, the Honor Cap will be set to rank 11, with it extending to rank 14 shortly after the release of Blackwing Lair Raid Dungeon at a later date. That means for Phase 2 the maximum rank will be rank 11, and then rank 14 or past rank 11 becomes available in Phase 3. This phase also marks the release of the Dire Maul dungeon and the World Bosses Ashurigos in Classic, offering even more exciting encounters to dive into. Get ready to dive into the action on January 9th at 2 PM PST on a global release timetable. Get ready for the Warzone Gulch and Alterac Valley battlegrounds. We have learned a lesson or two since we launched the original Honor System in 2019, and with that launch we saw a lot of great chaotic outdoor PvP engagements between players. But this chaos also led to us to adjust the plans so that we released the battlegrounds slightly earlier than expected. This time, with the new Anniversary Edition realms, we are leaning into the excitement and embracing the chaos for 1 week only. So, South Shore vs Terran Mill anyone, we will be opening the Warzone Gulch and Alterac Valley battlegrounds on January 16th at 2 PM PST globally, 1 week exactly after the updated Honor System goes live. That means you have 1 week of open world PvP chaos. You will be seeing undead rogues stealthing around all over the place, and you will probably see some pretty good open world PvP events, especially with streamers. I hope some of them are playing on the PvP servers, and not everyone is just doing OnlyFans. Would be great to see some great, huge 100 versus 100 PvP in the open world. Would be really fun to see. In some place like Terran Mill and South Shore, Stranglethorn Vale is going to be a bloodbath, and I hope we don't see the repeat of Classic WoW where they just camp Flight Masters. That is honestly so boring, but if we get South Shore versus Terran Mill, that would be insane. Now, I'm just gonna say, to me, Phase 2 comes out very quickly after Phase 1, and I honestly wasn't expecting it to be out this early. Phase 2 is a very big phase, and I feel like it's being slept on quite a bit. People don't regard Phase 2 to be a quote-unquote real phase, but bringing in the ranking system by itself is huge if you're into PvP, and then Battlegrounds as well is huge, but once again, only if you're into PvP. But if you want PvE, raid bosses, 2 raid bosses, but like open world, world bosses, right? 2 bosses in the world. That's insane as well. And then you have Dire Maul, including the class stuff in Dire Maul as well. Everything that comes with Dire Maul is coming in Phase 2. It is a massive phase, and usually a pretty slept on phase, but in my opinion Phase 2 is quite a huge phase, and Phase 1 came out less than a month ago. And what do I mean by that? Because these servers have been here for quite a while. I feel like some people are missing what Phase 1 is, so let's just read it in Blizzard's words, okay? This is the roadmap. We had the launch, which was level 1 to 60, that was pre-Phase 1. Phase 1, according to Blizzard and their timetable shown on their livestream, Phase 1 is when Molten Core and Onyxia was released. So Phase 2 comes out exactly 1 month after Phase 1. That is very fast. That is an accelerated cadence like crazy. I don't recall how long it was in 2019, but I think it was 2.5 months. Not just one. Like, we're going fast. We are speeding through this. Now, with us going so fast from phase 1 to phase 2, it leads to the speculation of when are we going to TBC, and when are certain phases coming out? Well, we have this thread from Reddit right here to look at, which kind of gives us some indications or estimated release times based on phase 1 length, so like the announcement of phase 2. Now, this post from the start is wrong if you ask me, because once again, they're counting phase 1 to be the launch of the servers, when in Blizzard's own words, phase 1 is when the raids was released, which was like early December, right? December 9th or something. We had 2 weeks to level up. So we can basically take away 14 days from phase 1 here in 20th anniversary, which means we're more like, if we take away 14 days, we're on 35. So phase 1 lasted 35 days. This time, it lasted 80 days back in Classic WoW. So we went from 80 days to 35. That is less than half. Now, in my opinion, some of these speculations are probably quite wrong, but I do believe that Blackwing Lair, which is speculated to be coming out in March here, like the 4th of March, I believe Blackwing Lair will come out in March, I'm not gonna lie. Like, either early March, mid-March, or late March, basically sometime in March, I do believe Blackwing Lair will come out, but I don't think we're looking at a 2025 TBC release date, and the reason for that is that, once again, the primary thing here, he was wrong about when phase 1 came out, technically, but I also just want to refer people back to the original picture that I showed earlier in this video, right here, where Blizzard kind of gave us an indication of when Burning Crusade Classic was coming out. And over here, the 20th anniversary edition launched between autumn and winter. Burning Crusade Classic is scheduled for winter/spring. The /spring there is kind of important if you ask me, and I think we're looking at a February to March 2016 holy, we're going back in time. 2026 release date. So February or March 2026 would be my guess for TBC. And let me know your guess on TBC in the comments. I would love to see like what your guesses are or estimations on when we're going to TBC. And hey, if you want to, give me a full detailed overview of your estimated release dates. Phase 3, Phase 4, Phase 5, Phase 6, and then TBC. We have like 5 more big content phases if you include TBC. That's insane. A lot of content coming out, and we're going through it fast. And while you're down there in the comment section, if you want to grab the Classic WoW gold making guide as well for the fresh Classic WoW servers, then check out the link in the pinned comment. I have made a gold making guide for these Classic WoW servers, talking about how to farm gold, how to craft for gold, and how to use the gold you make to make even more gold through, for example, investments. Whether you are here for the vanilla WoW experience, or if you're using it as a TBC waiting room, making some gold on these fresh servers is a very good idea. You will need a bunch of gold to raid in Classic WoW, whether that is in Vanilla, TBC, or in Wrath. Gold is always going to be important, and it's an aspect of the game that I really personally do enjoy. So once again, if you want to have my help when it comes to gold making in any single aspect of gold making, that guide is the one to have. You also get early access to content and exclusive content as well. Basically, all the help that I can give you when it comes to gold making. So if you're taking gold making serious, then check it out, the link is down below. And if you do buy the guide, thank you so much. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe for more content. As always, thank you for watching. I will see you again in the next video very soon.